I am Dr. PLN Kapardi, Senior Interventional Cardiologist, Care Hospitals, Banjara Hills. Today I am presenting an interesting case of Shepard-Crook calcific right coronary angioplasty, how OCT scores over the angiogram in outcomes. The history of the patient is as follows. A 69 years old gentleman having risk factors of hypertension, diabetes and dyslipidemia, having inferior wall MI in 2009. At that time, he underwent angioplasty to mid-segment of right coronary artery. Subsequently, is asymptomatic till recently. He presented with chest pain, sweatings, and breathlessness, and ECG showing reinfarction in the inferior wall with a window period of more than 24 hours. As the patient is hemodynamically unstable, he was stabilized by intra-aortic balloon counter pulsations, and subsequently his LV function was improved to 45%. And his baseline angiogram has revealed a left anti-descending artery and circumflex are distally diffuse disease, and then right coronary artery is showing a fluoroscopic calcification with a hazy lesion in the distal segment of right coronary artery with a Shepard-Crook RCA. Then subsequently we did the Judkins right catheter engagement, which gave the good guiding support, along with the Burkhardt run through, which was negotiated across the lesion into the distal PLV branch. Here we want to do OCT study to differentiate that hazy lesions, whether they are due to thrombi or a calcific nodule, eccentric lesion or type 5 dissection or any intramedullary compromising the lumen of the coronary. But OCT catheter, we are unable to cross across that hazy lesion beyond the mid-segment stent. As the OCT catheter was unable to cross, we want to prepare the lesion adequately. Initially, we have taken 2 into 10 mm balloon and we dilated the lesion systematically. At the proximal hazy zone, again the balloon ruptured. Then we have to take another 2 into 10 mm balloon and then we dilated almost up to 14 to 16 atmospheric pressures. After the lesion preparation, we passed the OCT catheter successfully distally. When we are taking the OCT run, the lens was stuck at the hazy zone, indicating inadequate lesion preparation. As the lesion preparation is inadequate because of the lens stuck, we prepared with a higher size balloon, that is 2.5 to 10 mm, and systematically dilated the entire segment of the distal RCA with a 2.5 mm balloon. As a part of modern OCT guided PCI workflow, we followed the MLD Max protocol, that is a pre-PCI OCT for knowing the morphology, length and diameter, and post-PCI stent deployment, medial dissection, apposition and expansion. These are the pre-PCI OCT findings with a lesion analysis, which revealed very interesting findings. That is that hazy zones distally are caused by admixture of white and red thrombi, and proximal haziness, that is distal to the mid-segment stent, as showing at 6 o'clock position a protruding calcific nodule, and at 2 o'clock position the eruptive superficial calcific nodule with a spicule. That explains the mechanism why we find difficulties in OCT negotiations and we find difficulties in balloon ruptures. And then this is the angiographic and OCT correlation showing some distal hazy lesions are due to thrombi, and proximal hazy lesion distal to the mid-segment stent is caused by means of a superficial protruding nodule along with the eruptive nodule at 2 o'clock position. These are the pre-PCI OCT measurements. At the lesion site, the vessel area is 1.72 square millimeter with a vessel diameter of 2.0 millimeter, and the distal landing zone, the vessel diameter is 2.38 millimeters with a vessel area of 3.5 square millimeter, and the proximal vessel area is 2.5 square millimeter and area of 4.1 square millimeter, indicating the stent diameter we have to take is 2.75 millimeter, so that it accommodates both distal and proximally. With the help of the Guidezilla, that is mother and child catheter, within the 6 French Judkins right catheter, we want to pass the 2.75 to 28 Zines stent in the distal RCA segment, but entire assembly came back and it has not given adequate support. As an alternative strategy, we have taken 7 French Amplage 1 guiding catheter, and with a buddy wire technique, we can able to successfully negotiate Janes, that is 2.75 into 28 millimeters in the distal RCA segment and positioned and deployed adequately at 12 atmospheric pressures. Subsequently, we post-dilated with 2.75 to 10 mm balloon at 18 atmospheric pressures the entire distal RCA segment stent. As a part of modern OCT guided PCI workflow, post-PCI OCT run was done to analyze medial dissection, apposition, and expansion. PCI run was showing no edge dissections, good apposition, but expansion is suboptimal, that is 72% at the site of the calcific lesion. As the stent expansion is inadequate, subsequently we dilated with 3 to 10 mm balloon, and then we took the post-PCI OCT measurements after a run, which revealed that the lesion site, almost the luminal gain from 2 to 3 millimeters it was gained with a vessel area of 4.5 square millimeter. Distally, the gain was 2.3 to 3.2 millimeters with a vessel area of 5.8 square millimeter, and proximally the area gained from 4.1 to 6.7 millimeter with a vessel diameter gain of 3 to 3.5 millimeters. These are the post PCI minimal luminal area, how much we gained from pre PCI minimal luminal area, indicating a significant luminal gain, and that the lesion site also stent expansion is good with a circular shape from the oval shape of the minimal luminal area. This is the final result showing a good expansion of the stent with the TIMI-3 flows. The key learning points from this case is the acute coronary syndrome can be due to plaque rupture, plaque erosion, calcific nodule, or spontaneous coronary artery dissection, and image, especially the OCT, guides the angioplasty to understand the etiology of acute coronary syndrome. In this given case, OCT revealed a protruding calcific nodule and eruptive calcific nodule, which is the reason for attracting the thrombus and causing the inferior wall MI by causing thrombosis in distal segment of RCA. Of course, the Shepard-Crook right coronary artery with a distal calcific segment posed the procedural difficulties in terms of difficulty in negotiation of the OCT catheter, difficulty in negotiation of balloon and balloon ruptures, and difficult negotiation of the long stent. And of course, the ampoulage along with the buddy wire provides a good support for negotiation of the DES. Thus, OCT is very useful in analyzing the morphology of the lesion along with the vessel diameter and landing zones identification, along with the lesion length identification in the pre-PCI, and in the post-PCI it is very useful in assessing the stent expansion and stent apposition, which we can't get from means of angiogram, and along with the edge dissections, sometimes very difficult in angiogram, but the OCT we can observe the edge dissections which has to be tackled, which can be left confidently also, so that we can prevent acute stent thrombosis as well as maintain the long-term stent patency rates. Thank you.